All right, so today we are going to be tying a super easy pattern. This is a great beginner pattern, but it's one that I've seen a lot of people do incorrectly, or at least not in the very best way. So today we're going to be tying an egg pattern, and this is how to get, a really nice kind of perfect circular egg on here. So I'm starting out, this is a size 14, either scud hook or egg hook. You do want the curved hook here because that's going to give you just a good hook gap still once your egg is actually tied on here. I want to start my thread fairly close to the top here of my hook shank, fairly close to the eyelet. You don't want to get too close, so stay maybe 1 to 2 millimeters back. And the first thing I'm gonna do, by the way, this is about a 140 denier thread here. I like something with a little bit of strength to it. First thing I'm gonna do is just spin my thread just to try to get it into a really nice tight loop. Some threads you don't have to do this with if you're using like a uni thread, no need, but I just want it to be a really nice kind of tight little strand there. And first thing I'm going to use, the key to tying these egg patterns is using Mcflylon foam. And so this is orange Mcflylon foam. You can see they sell out there like egg yarn, stuff like that. That stuff is never going to give you as good of an egg as the Mcflylon is. And so if you want your eggs to look, really nice and round and circular, you got to have the Mcflylon foam. You just can't substitute it. So I grabbed a chunk of it it's about the width of a finger here. You can get a pretty good chunk of it. It's going to secure down really, really tight on your hook. So I've got my material. First thing I'm going to do is you can kind of stretch it out. I'm going to go ahead and kind of roll and stretch it a little bit. And my first wrap is going to go over, and I'm going to figure eight. So the key here is you want to create a figure eight so it's actually going out either side of the hook. So my first wrap, I'm just going to go loose on it here, one wrap, and then I come to the other side, and I'm going to do my figure eight and just let it sit over the top. So you can see I've got my figure eight on there. It's super loose, and now I want to take this material and pull it tight and just try to position. You can kind of see how the figure eight wraps are coming together there, and I can position this and just get those wraps really, really close together. So the key here is in just trying to get those wraps really pretty much as close together as you can. Don't worry about snugging down too much. And then you're gonna wrap again a few more times. Just do a few more figure eights here and keep a little bit of tension on this thread. And you only need to do, maybe 3 wraps on there. And now come just forward of it. Do enough wraps that it's not going to start coming undone, and we can actually whip finish. So this is the whole tie right here. All right, so we got a good whip finish on there. I'm going to do a second one. Try to keep it right in front of that foam. And then right now, before you cut it, if you're going to add some head cement to this, you got to do it kind of right now, because once you cut it, it's going to be really hard to get in there. So do a little dot of head cement. You don't need much, just a little something to keep that thread. All right, we'll hit it with some UV. You can see how that yarn just kind of glows in the UV there. Okay, and so now to cut it, this is the other key. So pull it upwards, and I twist it a couple of times here. And just you're just actually working those thread wraps really, really tight together. So you're kind of actually pulling them and pulling them tight together, okay? And then keep your yarn straight up here, and you're gonna cut pretty tight. Straight across, pull it down with your fingers. And just work it a little bit. You're going to see right away that gives you a very nice tight little egg shape. You can see it's not 100% perfect circular. If you want it to get even a little better. You can do a little trimming on it just to try to really make it as circular as you can. Adjust it again. But I mean, you can see right there, that is a pretty dang good egg fly, and so that is gonna fish really well. I'll give you a couple of tips to this too in terms of hook and size of the egg. It's hard to figure out exactly what to compare this to for size, but if you look at a real trout egg, they're about 4 millimeters. So I don't have a great reference for exactly what 4 millimeters would be. This is about 4 millimeters, so this is a size 14, which with an egg on it that I would say looks like a pretty normal egg size for the hook that it's on. Not too big, not too small. But I don't like to go a whole lot bigger than this. I mean, you can see on my finger, that's maybe half the width of my finger here. So that is a really good egg size to be tying. That's the Mcflylon egg, and if you're tying eggs, this is the way to go. If you want a hot spot, just add that right up on the top when you're figure eighting. You can do all sorts of stuff with this. But hope that helped you guys. Hopefully you're able to get some good eggs tied up as a result of this. Let me know how this works for you. And if you have any other tips and techniques for people tying eggs, drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, let me know. Give me a comment below. Let me know what I should go ahead and tie next. And I will see you guys in the next video.